edged higher, coming in at 5.6% in December. Latha joins us now to take us through the fine print. Latha, the macro picture looks very grim, but if we discount the fact that there is a base effect and also the fact that this is a sort of volatile number, what do we make of the IIP data?
Well, you will have to take the number for what it is telling you, and it is telling you that it is a rather bad number. Coming in at minus 3.2% and manufacturing minus 4.4%, and electricity, we've had double-digit growth for a better part of 2014 and early 2015. It dropped to single digits and now it's not even 1%, 0.7%. Capital goods, I can understand, it's a lumpy number. We saw 16% last month and near double digits even the month before. So one was prepared for a contraction, but even a contraction of 25% is a huge one. It's consumer durables and non-durables that are really the bad number, and among them consumer non-durables, the fast-moving goods, that's coming in once again in negative terrain at minus 4.7. We briefly saw it improving in the previous month, that is in October, but once again November contraction for April to November as well. Consumer non-durables, which is really fast-moving goods, have come in at minus 0.5. So you can see that consumption simply, definitely rural area consumption is not picking up. Even some of the infrastructure sector, like electricity, has shown some debilitating weakness. This doesn't look like a passing weakness. Capital goods one can take in your stride, but the rest of it is seminal weakness. Just a word on inflation, the numbers come in slightly higher than our poll of 5.5% and higher than last month as well. The worrying number is food, coming in at 6.4%, but there is a base effect. Inflation will still come below the Reserve Bank's original number of 5.8 for January. It will come lower than that, but it is still a little bit of a niggling worry that core inflation is a little high. That, according to some analysts, it's a derived number, is at 5.7. Now, if that is the sustained inflation, 5.7, when you strip off the volatile elements like food and fuel, then that's not a very comfortable number. People are at the most expecting one more rate cut, and even that will depend on the quality of the fiscal deficit.
That possibility still exists. Remember, in the RBI trajectory, they had inflation at below 5% by 2017, and they were working with a number in January of 5.8. I think now by most estimates, the January number will be meaningfully below 5.8. A. B, you've seen commodity prices drift down further, and C, in particular, oil prices have fallen 25%. So to the extent that those dynamics feed through into some disinflationary impulses going forward, there is an expectation here that space for some monetary easing may open up. I think on the other side, the risks are, there are fiscal uncertainties here that are going to keep the RBI cautious in the near term. So the 2 points I want to make is, I think the earliest any monetary policy action will be seen will be post the budget in the April review. And B, that I think, given that we've got successively lower inflation targets, 5% next year, 4% thereafter, and the fact that today's core inflation number continues to tick up, it's now gone up to 5.7%. That's going to give the RBI some pause, that if you strip away all the noise, underlying inflation pressures are well above 5.5, which is why at best we expect a rate cut, just one rate cut in the foreseeable future.
So there's room for another rate cut by the Reserve Bank, but perhaps in the April policy, and of course worries there on the growth front with the IIP contracting. But brace for